America is collapsing before our very eyes. Restaurants are closing their doors for good in my city at a record pace. They're blaming it on a slow season, but I think it's something else.
Lloyd, what's the message?
Jesus died on that cross so we could live, and this is not living.
Amen. I respect that.
Today makes it 382 days of me living my car, and honestly, I'm getting tired of it. I wish I could have my own bed, my own space, my own bathroom. I wish I could walk to the bathroom, shower. I wish I could cook a hot, nice meal. Tired of living my car.
Nobody wants to work anymore. I don't know why nobody wants to work. As a 21-year-old female in this dog shit economy, I can tell you, we all want to work. You all just say, urgently hiring, and we hear nothing back. And if you're lucky enough to even make it to the interview, don't worry, because you'll go and then just get ghosted. And if you somehow magically get a job, within a month, there will be new hires somehow stealing all of your hours that already didn't exist.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel once again. So guys, millions of MAGA Americans are living without access to affordable housing, food, healthcare, and basic security. Tent cities are popping up across the country. Millions are facing homelessness and food insecurities, and inflation is soaring in today's economy. So guys, I want you to watch this video and see how MAGA Americans are living in third world condition. Then I'll be back with more comment. Kindly remember, this video it is only for educational purposes. Remember to give this video a thumbs up. I'm your host, Dash Lifestyle.
I'm broke and I live in my car. I have a full-time job at Jack in the Box and I just got off work. I am really trying to get a studio, an apartment, something, but I only have $1,000 saved up and I can't find anything around that price. So I'm literally coming to terms that I'm going to be living in my car for the summer. I don't mind living in my car. I mind living in my car in the summer. I have maybe 1 month before summer gets super bad here in Arizona. So I'm going to try to save as much money as I can. And one of the things I'm going to do is try eating inside my car. I bought this little pot and I'm not going to be cooking anything crazy, but just things that are easy for me to cook. I do have a fridge now, so I can now cook sandwiches, maybe ramen, scrambled eggs. And I should also probably start eating a little bit healthy, but I've been craving this ramen for a very long time. And if my car ever gets super hot when cooking, my car's a convertible, so I'll just open the hood and let all of the smelly ramen come out through the top part. Well, now I'm gonna enjoy my ramen and watch TV and then go to sleep because I work tomorrow.
I'm going to explain to you guys how much more expensive things are today than they were even 3 years ago based off of my current financial situation. So 4 years ago, when I graduated law school, I graduated making $65,000 a year. I was living in a 1-bedroom by myself, paying $1,400 a month. After the first 3 months, my boyfriend moved in, and so then we were splitting it, so it was $700 apiece. But he lost his job at one point, and so for 3 months before he got a new one, I was covering the rent all by myself. So it was about 6 months of me paying $1,400 a month for that year-long lease. Now I make about $85,000 a year. I have 2 roommates and we split the rent 3 ways. And usually my rent is like $950, something around that. So I'm making technically $20,000 more a year. I'm paying roughly the same of what I was paying in rent. And I have never been more stressed out about money in my entire life.
New inflation figures shows President Trump's tariffs are starting to have an impact on consumer prices. Overall inflation held steady at 2.7% year over year, but so-called core inflation, which is closely watched by the Fed and does not include volatile food and energy prices, ticked up 3.1%. That's the largest increase in 5 months.
America is collapsing before our very eyes. Restaurants are closing their doors for good in my city at a record pace. They're blaming it on a slow season, but I think it's something else. You can't tell me the amount of abandoned strip malls that I drive by on a daily basis is normal. I know you've seen it too. All these places just get replaced with the Capybara Cafe de Jour or a flower store to placate the masses, if you know what I mean. There used to be 24-hour diners, family-owned restaurants, even bookstores, third spaces. Now, nothing. Luxury apartments that sit vacant forever. Grocery stores that have been closed for 10 years. So much wasted space in empty parking lots until some TikTok trend comes, opens for 6 months, and then that closes too. I know I'm not alone in this, but yet every single time I bring it up, I get all the bots in my comments telling me the economy's never been better. But I ask for who? Like 100 people at the top? So the billionaires are doing great. I don't care. People like you and me, we're struggling out here. All my friends live in vans. And if we are lucky enough to have apartments or houses, we're living behind locked doors and closed blinds because there's no community here anymore. Restaurants are just the beginning. They're the canary in the coal mine. Once they're gone, so are all of our meeting places, our birthday parties, our community, and third spaces. They're not just a place to buy food. They're a pulse of the neighborhood. And also, as a live singer, something hugely important to my job. I used to sing 5 nights a week. Now I'm lucky if I can find a Sunday night gig. So I'm just here to say, if this is what a booming economy sounds like, it must be the sound of doors slamming shut. And I don't know about you, but I'm making my exit plan. We're moving to Portugal soon, where they still have cafes and restaurants that people actually go to. If you find that interesting, stick around. Because I can tell you this is not normal. And don't let internet comments gaslight you into thinking it is.
I don't give a if you're Democrat, Republican. Look at this, $100. Hot dogs, cherries, bananas, some juice, and some eggs. What a joke.
Can somebody explain to me in crayon eating terms why I make over 3 times the federal minimum wage and I cannot afford to live?
Why is no one talking about how serious the cost of living actually is? So we pay like a really cheap amount of rent compared to like all the other rent I see. And we're a family of 6. We pay $9.50 rent. That's cheap. We're in Missouri. It's like not some nice new place or anything. It was actually built in 1890. My husband is working 3 jobs right now. We buy absolutely nothing. Nothing that we don't need. And we actually go without a lot of things that we actually do need. I feel like if you're able to do anything that's not just surviving, then you got it good. I feel so sad that I didn't appreciate the times where we were able to actually have fun at this point. So much has changed in the past few years. Like, what? I just really, really want to know. How is everyone surviving? Is everyone working like 24/7? Because that's what my husband does. And I'm just home with my little kids all the time. It's kind of like depressing that we're never together as a family. So I don't know. I hope one day we can be, but it sucks.
Everything is so expensive right now, and I don't understand how people aren't talking about it. We don't make enough money. Collectively, we do not make enough money. The price of things are not keeping up with how much we're getting paid. And it's infuriating to me for people to say that people just need to work harder, people need to get different specialized degrees, people need to start their own businesses. That's not the answer. The answer is that billionaires are hoarding wealth. And this system is set up to fail. And I'm just infuriated by it. I can't get ahead. Every month I try to get ahead and I can't get ahead. And I don't know how to cope with that. I don't know how to cope with that. Everything is so expensive, especially in the last like 6 months. I can barely get by. So I don't know how I'm supposed to retain hope. Am I supposed to get a doctorate so that I can afford a studio apartment? Like, is that where we're getting to at this point? Like, I don't know what the answer is to this, but it's so f***ing bad. And I just wanted to get on here and tell you, if you are experiencing the same thing, you're so not alone. Everything is so expensive and it's infuriating to me.
I can break it down perfectly for you. So I'm one of the many Americans struggling with homelessness. I live in a vehicle that was made in 1996. I live on the side of the road and I live in parking lots from time to time. When I can, I stay at campgrounds. But this was obviously not my first choice of living. At the time I became homeless, I was 22. My grandma had just passed away. I had applied to 6 different apartments and I got denied at every place because I didn't have renter's history or credit yet. Because like I said, at the time I was 22, I never rented before and I never built credit. So after being denied multiple times, I did have to stay in motels, and my money was going fast on nights at motels. Plus, the motels weren't super clean or safe, and I have 2 cats. Well, I have 3 cats, but at the time when I first became homeless, I did have 2 cats. Now, the answer that you want, I have. You're wondering why they are doing this, and you're wondering why we are not fighting back. Slavery never stopped, it just evolved. The government requires you to be a slave to them in order to rent an apartment. You could have money. You could have, for example, $10,000 cash, but you still will not be able to get a place to live unless you have proof that you have been a slave to the system, pay stubs, bank statements, proof that you work a certain amount of hours. If you are not making money for the government, then they don't want you. They don't want to help you, and they see you as a burden. The system is set up for rich families. If I had a co-signer, I would be able to get a place to live, but I had no family or friends to co-sign for me, so I've just been navigating this kind of by myself, and I spent my life savings on this vehicle so that I didn't have to sleep in my car or outside in the park. But the government doesn't believe you guys will fight back, and they're trying to make you so tired that you won't fight back, or you will become so rageful and you won't think straight, so you'll get yourself in legal trouble, and then once you get locked away, you can legally be used as a slave. It says it in our amendments. When you get arrested, you can be used as a slave, like legally. It says it in our amendments in very little font. So at the end of the day, it's all about the elites using the middle class and the poor as their workhorses. I always try to tell people you will never get rich working a 9-to-5 job because the rich never got rich that way. The rich are telling you guys, go work a 9-to-5 job and you will be like us. But they really got their money from generational wealth, slavery, funding wars. The reason inflation happened and you guys need to be making more money for your rent and for your gas is because they're giving money to the wars, because the rich elites of our country make money by funding wars, by trading missiles and trading weapons and stuff. So that's why they need you guys to work extra hard for them right now, because you guys are helping funding the war. Meanwhile, many of you are getting angry, rageful, getting yourself in legal trouble because you're tired, you're exhausted. You're needing to depend more on healthcare because you're sick now and you're getting overworked. No humans should be working this much. Never in history have we before. The funniest thing is, right now I'm homeless living on the side of the road, but I'm making more money than my grandma was, or my grandparents, my mother, like back in the day. Their rent was like $300, but they're going to tell us that they worked just as hard as us and that we're the bums and we're lazy, because they're not going to own up to the mess that they made. And they don't care anyways, because they're not going to be on earth for much longer. So we're going to be the ones to deal with it, and then our children. But you guys just have to realize it's about slavery, it's about power and control, it's about feeding the elites, feeding the rich. They don't care what happens to you. They see you as ants. If you pass away, they will replace you with a new employee. They really don't care. You're just money. You make money for them, and they even say money doesn't exist. It's just meant to control you because they know money doesn't exist. They trade numbers. They do not trade money. Money is paper. It's a made-up thing to control the middle class and the poor so that you guys stay in your lane. So you can keep getting angry like this, but that's not going to do anything. You have to become brave. Stop depending on the government. They control you with fear because they think that you need them. They took away our human instincts, so you don't think you can hunt for food or make your own house, but you think you can make money to pay somebody to do it for you. And that's where they have you, because you don't know how to be self-sustainable anymore, and you need to rely and depend on them. When at the end of the day, we have trees we can go cut down and build our houses. We know how to build a fire. I grew up in a town where hunting is a thing every season. We hunt for deer and turkeys. But they have you fooled thinking that giving away $2,000 every 30 days is winning. When at the end of the day, not paying rent is winning, dude. I don't pay rent. Literally, I've never paid rent in my entire life. I tried, but they didn't want me to because I didn't qualify. So now I've been learning how to live in different ways without the government, and they hate me for that. But in these next couple of years, you're going to see van life, RVs, trailers all over the place because some people want to be free for the little time that we have on earth. We don't want to be working our young lives away for corporations that don't care about us. At the end of the day, people need to stop paying rent and fueling the rich and the elites, but that's not going to happen. So, get it how you live it while you're on earth. Try to enjoy your time while you're here, and just try to wake up to the fact that money and material items really aren't all that.
And the bad part is your access gets denied after 10 p.m. So if I am to leave right now, I wouldn't be able to get back in. Here's my setup. I got my bed right here. Don't come at me. I'm literally living in a storage unit, bro. And how I lock myself in here to ensure that no one comes in here is I use this rope and I put it under my TV stand. And that makes it to where this door can't open from the outside. I've also dummy locked it to where it looks like someone isn't in here and they've got their shit locked up. So when the employees walk by, they don't know I'm in here. Slowly getting back to my feet, you know? Day number 2 of living in my storage unit. This is my 2nd day of filming, but this is my 7th day living here. I'm gonna show you guys where I charge my stuff. Right now I've got a power bank up here charging, and this thing charges shit so fucking slow. I've been charging this for like 2 hours, and it's still like at the very fucking bottom. I had to hurry up because I was right in front of a window and I didn't know if anyone was out there or not. Got my power bank. Now we're back at home for now. Yep, like I said, you know, it's definitely not ideal, but it's a lot better than being in the streets. I've got 3 things that I try to keep charged, and those things are my pen, my phone, and my Switch. And so this thing charges 2 things at once, but it's still at low battery because that thing doesn't charge everything worth a fuck. And so I don't know how long this is going to be able to charge my phone, and so I'm probably going to end up having to go back out there and try charging it again. And someone was like, if your parents won't let you stay at their house, I definitely won't let you stay at my house. Like, mother, I don't even want to stay at your house anyway, dude. I'd rather be here than stay at your mother house. I don't even know you, bro. First of all. Second of all, like, who says shit like that? But it is what it is, bro. Like, I ain't even tripping right now. I got way too much other shit on my plate. Here's day 3. And guys, I can't do this anymore, man. There's too much noise, like people just left. But I only got 4 hours of sleep. I've got to work tonight at midnight. And I can't do this anymore, guys. I've got to go somewhere else. I called the missions around here, and they don't accept people till 4:45 and shit. So I'm just going to have to ask my coworker tonight and be like, yo, bro, I really need a place to stay, man. Can I crash at your place? Because he already offered a place. We just never really talked more about it. So I'm going to talk to him tonight and see about that. But yeah, I can't do this, guys. This is not sustainable. I'm still going to keep you guys updated on everything, though. So stay tuned. So, update, guys. I found a hotel that's like $750 a month, which is not bad at all. And I get paid tonight. So what I'm going to do is whenever my paycheck hits my account tonight, I'm going to get an Uber to that hotel and go ahead and check in for a couple weeks until I can get shit figured out. The apartment that I applied for said that they're going to call me back today and tell me the status of my application, like I said. And so I'll know about that today as well. So shit's coming together. I just got to get my paycheck so I can get out of here and get my hotel. I'm currently living in a storage unit. My landlords decided not to renew my lease this year, and the apartment that I applied for won't be open until October 1st. I have family here in town, but here I am, living in the storage unit.
Been living in my car. Now I'm living in a storage unit. I'm trying to get an apartment, but can't right now.
I'm at the storage unit, finna get me a storage today. I'm feeling mighty proud of myself today, you know. Yeah, you can see the building right here. I ain't gonna really show everything, but yeah. I'm looking for the smallest storage unit. How much is small? Just got the storage unit. I think I can put my, thought I would have a bigger one, but I think I can put my bed right here or whatever. Man.
Got all my stuff in. Gotta get some. I let this up when I get hot.
I live in a storage unit because it's cheap in comparison to an apartment. Living here is actually really comfortable. I get a lot of things that I need and want to get done here. I can exercise. I can use the bathroom. I can play music anywhere in the unit. It's climate controlled in here, so it's nice and warm. This unit is 24 hours, so I can come here anytime I want, stay here as long as I need to. We can take naps if we need to and go to sleep. So this is our living space. Very, very grateful to have this space. The next goal is to get an RV. The next goal after that, tiny home. And if we want to eat, I just cook right out front. Or we'll just prepare something cold inside of the unit. Sandwiches, a lot of times we make salad. If we want to get power, we use our power bank. They also have power here so we can charge our power bank. Me and my baby will live here as long as we need to until we get the shelter that we want. Because we're living here, now we can save up more money to get what we really want. We're in it for the long haul. Thank you for the support. Thanks for watching.
I don't know if it's just me or what, but I was so excited for Trump to get back into office. For what? For what? I mean, prices are still bad. They're rising. Hell, everybody's struggling. I mean, wasn't you supposed to help us? Wasn't you supposed to? But he's not worried about us because, I mean, he's balling. He's rich. He ain't worried about it. So, I mean, I just don't understand. I went from supporting him to, what are you doing for us? Making America great again? No, you're making it shit. Sorry. I may be wrong. It might not, whatever, Biden did, whatever. But Trump's not making it any better. It's hard out here for everybody. It's hard. Trust me, I work at a Family Dollar. It's hard. It don't matter how much you make, okay? Everybody's struggling. Everybody. Just remember that.
Ooh, this is nice. Girl, this all this is you right here? Okay. They don't smell like roaches in here or nothing. This is so nice. And look at this, girl.
I live in a hotel room with my wife and 2 cats. Come check it out. So when you first come in, you immediately have the kitchen. Got a fridge, not full size, but close. Fit everything we need in there. Got the kitchen with our different little appliances, all our stuff, not stuff the hotel gave us, well, other than the microwave. Got the stove top, got our little dish center over here. We got our oven that I got us. We've got this little center right here with our mini fridge, our dry storage, canned goods, all that stuff. Back over here to the left by the front door, we've got the bathroom. All our hygiene supplies, we kind of made it our own with our own little shelves. Got shelves up in the shower to hold our stuff. The toilet, which I actually put a bidet on. Yep, I'm living in a hotel and put a bidet on my toilet. And then you come over here to the bedroom. King size bed, so that's nice. That's where the magic happens, if you know what I mean. And then we got the closet area right here. Storage up there. We got stuff stored underneath the bed. Then we come over here to the dresser with the TV. Got the PlayStation behind it. We got our kitty Jasper here running around. Got one of the cat trees here. And then we got my gaming table, my gaming chair. And then right here behind, I got where I put our shoes, both hers and mine, my hats. Then we got our storage area for TikTok shop products. This is full. All those are full. That's full. This is the living room right here. We got the litter box. We got the other little dresser with the smaller TV, another cat tree, the window view right there. And then we've got the pull-out couch with the little table. another chair in here, and then in the back corner is my wife's altar where she does her magical things. So that's it, everybody.
So I've been living in a hotel for like 4 months now. Not the best experience, like not as good as you would expect. So I just thought I'd share some things that I've learned and some experiences I've had while living in a hotel. Multiple hotels. I switch. But for one, something I recently experienced and learned was that the lock thing that you like use, that you put your card against, the battery will die. And they have to change it. And you get locked out of your room, which is really annoying. And then you have to wait. And they have to come change it. The engineer has to come change out all the batteries, test the batteries, do all the stuff before you can get into your room. So if it flashes red, sometimes that's what it means. Which is really dumb. Like, that should already be fixed. Number 2, which I have also talked about in my TikToks, is people will come into your room. The system, not good. All hotel systems, flawed. Like their little computer thing, not good. Yeah, I've had at least 3 people now in different hotels get a key, get the correct room number, like the front desk gives it to them, says, this is your room, here's your key. They come up, I'm already in the room. They double book or something. Another thing is maids and housekeeping will just come in your room. They do not knock anymore. If they do, it's like boop, and then they open it immediately. Like, you have to have that thing on your door at all times. Even if you have the privacy, sometimes they'll do it, like during the day. And I know people that have been like getting out of the shower, changing, sleeping, everything, and they just come in. So beware. Another thing I've experienced, one of my coworkers, this just happened to actually, they just checked him out of his room in the middle of the day, and they took out all of his stuff, packed up all of his stuff, took it to the front desk, and checked him out for no reason. Like, something happened. Again, system's flawed. Computer system, not good. For some reason, it said his reservation was going to end Wednesday or something, when it was ending Friday, and yeah, instead of like calling him or charging his card for an extra day or whatever, nope, they went in there, touched all of his stuff. Some things are missing, some things got ruined. They packed it all up and took it upon themselves to just take it out of the room and give it to somebody else. It is fun living in a hotel sometimes though too, so maybe I'll make a video about that.
We're not living. We're just negotiating with Collapse every single week. They tell us to budget better, cut back, and be smarter with our money. But how are we supposed to stretch a dollar that's already been wrung out to dry? Bills don't wait. Emergencies don't ask if it's a good time either. And no matter how hard you try, something always breaks, expires, runs out, or shuts off. It's like every part of life has a price tag now, and most of us are just hoping nothing goes wrong until the next direct deposit hits. This isn't about laziness. This isn't about poor choices or bad money management. It's about a system that's been strip mined for profit while the rest of us hold the damn thing together with maxed out credit cards and burnout. You can show up early, stay late, and still feel like you're losing ground because the rules were never meant for us to win. And deep down, everybody feels it. Even the ones pretending they're fine. They're just scared to admit how bad it's gotten. But we're done pretending. We're done apologizing. Because if nobody speaks up, they'll just keep tightening the grip. And I promise you, they're not going to stop unless we make the noise that they can't ignore. So no, we're not going to just smile through it. We're not going to be grateful it isn't worse. We are the generation that they pushed too far. And now we see the truth for what it is. This isn't our failure. It's their design. And we're not playing along anymore.
So guys, I hope you have watched that video and you have seen how MAGA voters they are really regretting for voting for this administration because of the challenges and the struggle right now they are going through. It is like these people, they are living in a third world country. You know, for a very long time, these Western countries, these money countries, they have been calling the poor country, they have been calling the black countries third world country. and right now they are now starting to live like those people who are living in the third world country. But this one of you has come out and said that we have seen a video of a lady. She has decided to live in a car. But here in Africa, the country that you guys have been calling third world country, people, they are not living in the cars. People, they are having their homes. So that the condition with these people, their condition in America, it is worse than even the countries that they have been calling third world country. We have been seeing right now people in America, they cannot even afford basic necessities. We have been seeing majority of people, they are now deciding to leave the town to go and started living off-grid. Why is the rise number of people living in the off-grid becoming higher than before? It is because of how America economy it is right now, and this is because of how these MAGA people voting against their own interests. For a very long time, these MAGA voters, these MAGA people, they have been voting to punish the people of the color. They have been voting against racism. These people, they have been voting against their own interests. But right now, things it is different. It is like God he has come through to the people of the color, to the black people, because right now the same policy, the same punishment that these people they voted black people and other races in America to be punished, it is also punishing them. And right now it is like these people that are having a rude awakening. We have been seeing majority of them, they have been crying about the high price of the high prices of the groceries. We have been seeing how their healthcare. The other day we saw the Republicans, they voted to crash the big beautiful bill. So this big beautiful, it went away with their Medicare. So right now, majority of Americans, they have now being forced to go deeper in their pocket to cover for their own medical bill. So this tell you that America, things have really changed right now. This country, it is not the same as it was before. And also guys, I have some of the comment here that I want to read it for you and see what other people they have come out and say. So this one, he has come out and say, in third world country, we don't live in car, we live in our homes and can afford food. Yeah, so I've already tell you that this country, the black countries that these people that have been calling a third world country, people, they don't live in a car. No, we don't live in a car. We are having our own beautiful houses. And also this one is saying that in third world country, we don't live in a car, we live in our homes and can afford food. And yes, we can afford food. And also you cannot compare the food that here in Africa, the third world country, and the food that you guys have been eating, because the food there, it is all about chemical. But here in the third world country, in this country that we have been calling third world country, the food, they are organic. We are eating organic and health food. Yeah, and that's why black people, you are becoming strong, because of the kind of food that we are eating, and we can afford our food. Here in Africa, you can imagine, you can survive even without having money. You can eat without having money here in Africa, in the third world country. But in America, you cannot eat if you don't have money. You cannot survive if you don't have money in America. So kindly guys, you can tell me if I'm lying or if I'm telling the truth. But what I know, in Africa, you can survive without having job. You can eat. You can really eat a very health and organic food. You can eat in Africa without having job, but in America you cannot. So this one is saying that the land of the free and home of the brave is the dream. The land of the feast and home of the slave is the reality. Welcome to the real United States of America. Yeah, so this one now here is saying that Motel storage unit, car RVS, the new American home. Yeah, you can see people are converting their car to be homes. They're moving with the car, living inside. And you have heard from that lady, she's saying that she always sleep nearby like petrol station. Yeah, she find a petrol station, she park her car and sleep inside. So she has decided to turn her car into a home. So this one saying that understand understand 100% what our young people are facing. For this reason, I am leaving my house and everything I own to my grandson. Yeah, so this one is saying that am I the only one looking at the product on that kitchen counter thinking none of that is food? Yeah, so this one is saying that people in third world country don't earn much, but their food and other basic needs are really cheap. America is so expensive to live and doesn't pay high wages. That is worse than living in a third world country. Yeah, so I've been telling you that third world country is better than this first world country, because how these people, the system there in America, it is all about, like, it is like a slavery plantation farm. For you to be in America, for you to become for you just to live in America, you need to have money. Everything there, it is about money. You cannot survive in America without money. That's why I've already tell you that here in Africa, in the third world country, you can survive in any of the black country without having money. But in America, you cannot survive without money. That one, it has also made some people to have like 3 to 4 jobs so that they can maintain their life in America. So this one saying that I want people to stop calling other countries third world countries. These countries are well developed. People have time on hand for themselves. Much love and peace of mind. Someone define what is first world country when people are suffering, living in cars, park, storage unit, etc. It is that life in a so-called first world country. Yeah, so right now, this first world country, they need to stop calling our African third world country, because how can you call yourself a first world country while we are seeing people are homeless, people are living in their car? We are seeing people even they cannot even afford right now to they cannot afford basic necessities. Why are you calling our country third world country, and yet we are living very well? We are having the best food. We are eating very well than this first world country. So this one, they need to stop calling our African first world country, because what it is happening in their country, that it is not what first world country should be going in the first world country. So this one is saying that this is incredibly sad. Working America living in cars and storage unit, while the media decided whether we are in a recession or not. We will be in a depression before we knew it. Yeah, so that is a very sad. Right now, people are living in a car in America. What that it is. Now, right now, I've been telling you that American dream, it is no more. So right now, for those black people, they really want to go in America because they believe in American dream. Right now, it is not the time for you to go in America. So this one is saying that French here, what is worrying me is that just the beginning. Real shit is coming to hit you in September, October, and even inflation stops one day or another. The days you are living today are going to be your everyday for a long time, and surely the new normal. Yeah, right now things are going to change in America, and it is like these people that are being punished for the things they've been doing for so many years. So this is saying that the buying power of the dollar is equivalent to 2 cents in 1900. You just keep telling yourself you are the greatest. Yeah, the America that have been telling themselves that they are greatest. We need a housing first policy like Japan and Finland. So this one is saying that the young woman living in the motor home trailer is exactly preciously correct. Preciously correct could not be more correct. So this was saying that young lady who couldn't get an apartment was incredibly wise for her age. I knew people that are over 50 who don't know about anything she was speaking on. Yeah, so let me just read this one. So America didn't lie to you. 75% of Americans told you what would happen. Yeah, so this right now, what Americans they are going through is these people they were told before, but these people they didn't listen. So right now they are going through a lot. So kindly guys, you can also share your thought on the comment section. I'll be reading it in my next video. So kindly guys, remember to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, like this video, share, and also comment. See you in my next one. Bye bye.